Ladies and gents, welcome back. In yesterday's video, I talked about the CEO of WestJet speaking out against mandates, saying that it is time that they be dropped. Alexis von Hohensbrod, she spoke out. And like I said yesterday, he was being a pioneer and he's breaking trail for others to do the same. Well, in the very same day, the tourism sector got together and held a presser on exactly that. Let's have a listen.
D'être ici avec nous aujourd'hui. My name is Susie Grenell, and I'm the President and CEO of the Hotel Association of Canada. I'm pleased to be here today with my colleagues from the travel and tourism industry. As you all know, the travel, tourism, and hospitality sectors were the hardest hit during the pandemic. Necessary public health restrictions shuttered many of our businesses, most of whom barely made it to the other side. We did our part to keep Canadians safe, and now it is finally our turn to recover. Travel is back with a vengeance, and we could not be happier. But the passenger experience at our Canadian airports is a challenge. We have lengthy delays on the tarmac. We have hours of lineups at customs. We're asking people to complete duplicative health checks. We still have random arrivals testing that is compounding the delays and frustrating passengers. At issue today is the fact that travel volumes are increasing, but COVID restrictions and requirements continue to linger. And that is creating congestion at our airports and contributing to a poor impression of Canada and our international travelers. This hurts our tourism industry at a time when we are desperately trying to recover. It adds uncertainty, frustration, and anxiety to the traveler experience, and it hurts our local tourism operators and hotels who are losing bookings because people are choosing other, less congested options. Many other countries like Italy, the UK, Switzerland have fully opened up travel and are fiercely competitive destinations. We believe that Canada should follow suit. So as we gear up for what we hope will be an incredibly busy summer, we are calling on the government today to alleviate the pain points and remove unnecessary restrictions. À l'aube de l'été, nous demandons au gouvernement fédéral de supprimer les restrictions inutiles. We must move away from emergency measures that were necessary at the height of the pandemic towards a more measured and modern system. We are pleased that the government is increasing staffing and remove mandatory testing requirements for travelers in transit, but we need to go further and faster. We can.
Okay, I'll let you guys listen to the whole thing. I'll have a link in the description down below, but I wanted to get to some of the main highlights of this. Now, what they're asking for is to lift all the mandates, to get rid of it. Get rid of it, basically what the truckers were asking for all that time ago. Wow, it seems like forever ago, doesn't it? But here we are. And in this presser, it wasn't just the one young lady there. We had other officials and other people from the travel and tourism industry speaking their mind. And again, a link in the description down below, but I'll show you some of the highlights. Here we go.
We are urging the federal government to take 3 concrete actions in the short term to immediately alleviate pressure on the system. They include removing on-site mandatory random testing from Canada's airports, removing Public Health Agency of Canada's duplicate health check questions at government custom checkpoints at the international border, and removing vaccination mandates for CATSA and CBSA workers. There is a lot of pent-up demand for travel. We are seeing it.
Of course, we would also ask that they remove the mandates for travelers as well, because, well, why would we want foreign travelers to have to subject themselves to these rules and regulations? I mean, I don't believe they're actually asking them just yet, but Canadians have to have these mandates put in place. Again, with a 90% vaccination rate, probably one of the highest in the world, it's time to move on. It's time to just get over it. But I'll let her continue here.
In May, our hub airports were seeing 70% of pre-pandemic passenger traffic levels. Canada's 4 hub airports are currently processing on average of 56,000 international passengers a day, and that's forecasted to grow by 80,000 a day this summer. It is challenging to manage that level of traffic with leftover legacy public health protocols still in place at our international borders. It would normally take a customs agent about 30 seconds to process a passenger at their desk, and now it is taking 2 to 4 times that because of these public health protocols.
So because of this, people have been sitting on airplanes for like what's being reported as hours, sitting on airplanes for hours, waiting to come into the country. Now, are people going to come to Canada if that's what they're expecting? I think not, especially when they can make plans to go to another country, go somewhere else in the world. What we want in our country to bring tourism, to bring revenue into our country, is to make things easy and predictable, as they've been saying here in this press conference. Now, again, link in the description down below. You can watch the whole press conference, but here's some more highlights.
Canadians are eager to return to travel, as are international visitors looking to come to Canada for business or to discover our beautiful nation, and this is a good sign. But part of welcoming travelers back is ensuring that their experience is predictable, timely, and enjoyable, with clear service standards and performance metrics similar to other nations. Canada is in a post-pandemic environment, which includes high levels of vaccination as well as high levels of prior infection. That is why the National Airlines Council of Canada will continue to advocate for clear direction on evidence-based health protocols and a plan our industry can work towards, a plan and a path for the continued operation of our industry that recognize what we have learned from the pandemic, and the government responses must be predictable.
That's right. Must be predictable and follow the science like all the other countries around the world, and open up. So basically, we have the tourism industry coming out against the federal government. And this comes after the federal government voted against the Conservative Party, the Liberal NDP, Trudy Jugger's party, voted on party lines to keep the mandates in place. Now, what's interesting is some of the questions, the Q&A section in this. Again, I'll leave a link. You can watch the whole thing. A lot of it felt like they were attacking these people holding the conference as if they were speaking on behalf of the government, not on behalf of the media or the press. But you can have a listen to that. But here's a clear set of what it is that they're actually after. And they give a deadline. And one of the reporters asks specifically why the deadline.
Yes, please go ahead.
Good morning. Thanks for taking our question. I wanted to ask you first, I'm sorry I missed your reference to June 15th, but it sounded to me like you were giving the government a deadline, and I'm wondering what the significance of that date is and what you think would happen if the government doesn't make changes by that date, because they've already said that the public health measures are going to remain in place until June 30th.
Thank you for the question. Every day matters. We need to save our summer, and we need to be able to facilitate smooth travel into our country in order to, impact jobs and have people move throughout our country for the tourism season this summer. So we're saying June 15th, really every day matters. This is an urgent issue.
Really, it should have happened ages ago is what we're saying here. It should have happened ages ago, and the government's been dragging their feet, and I can understand the urgency of these industries to come together when the government had an opportunity to end it. They could have saved face, ended it, and it wouldn't have come to this with the vote recently. Now, Pierre Poilievre, of course, bringing another bill to motion, and I'll let him speak for himself here as well.
For employment and travel. This motion is deemed adopted. The honourable member for Carleton.
Mr. Speaker, today I'm taking another step to give Canadians back control of their lives with the Prevention of Government-Imposed Vaccination Mandates Act. Mr. Speaker, this bill would ban the government from imposing vaccine mandates as a condition of travel or employment. If the bill passes, the government would no longer require be able to require federal workers to get vaccinated in order to keep their paychecks and jobs. It would also ban the federal government from requiring vaccines in order for people to travel. In other words, it would allow all Canadians, regardless of their personal medical decisions, to continue to work in the federal sector or travel on trains, planes, and other federally regulated modes of transportation, regardless of whether they are vaccinated. Mr. Speaker, we are an outlier in Canada today. Most countries have removed mandates for travel, including the UK, Germany, Italy, Thailand, Poland, Argentina, Chile, and many others. All provinces have now removed vaccine mandates. The 5 big banks have done likewise, and public sector unions have even begun legal actions to remove these discriminatory mandates. I have met countless people and heard endless tragic stories of people separated from family members by their inability to get on an airplane, or who are languishing without a paycheck despite having a spotless track record serving their employer over many years. These mandates have become nothing more than a cruel attempt to demonize a small minority, and they are absolutely unnecessary and without any scientific basis. And so I call on all members of Parliament to end this discrimination, give people back control of their own personal medical decision and their bodies by passing this bill, banning the federal government from imposing these mandates, and allowing Canadians to take back control of their lives. Thank you very much.
So here we have it. We're in a situation where business, the general public, and politicians alike are all calling for the same thing in lockstep. And what is the hurdle? Well, the hurdle is the leadership and the majority, apparently now majority government, the coalition government between Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh with the NDP Liberal coalition is the thing in the way. This is what's stopping everyone from moving on like the rest of the world is. And what we just saw in Ontario, the election, and which way that swung, that was not, that was horrible. But anyway, it could have been worse, but we're seeing a clear direction from the general public, business, and opposition, and it's all being stopped by, well, two individuals, it seems like. So anyway, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Tell me what you think of this, and do you think it's going to gather any steam, if it's going to actually impact anything? And don't forget to tune into the live stream tonight at 6:30 Pacific time. Check your local listings for what time that'll be. We're going to go over the news for the week. Also tomorrow in the morning in British Columbia, 11 a.m. and that'll be 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to have James Top on. We're going to try that again. We couldn't get a connection last time, but they've secured a connection, so we're going to have that working this week. So anyway, in the interest of not making this video too long, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next video. Keep on trucking.